Hello and welcome to another showcase of a game called Beach Life that I just have managed to make during the weekend. It's a roll and write game with some set collection and some race, so there is a bit of everything basically in this game, and it's a point salad game. You can score all kind of points and everywhere on the board or on the writing sheets or with the cards. So let me show you the components, and then I'm gonna just play a few rounds to show you how the game works. So we have these writing sheets. These anchors here are rounds. Depending on the number of players, you're gonna have more or less rounds. These are the section which you can fill in with the numbers from a dice. You need to follow some rules. For instance, in this section, every number must be equal to one another. So bunch of 2s, 3s, 4s, depending what you start with. In this section you have to go from the biggest number to the lowest. This one is from the lowest to the biggest, so higher or equal. And there are sections where you need like a double of numbers, so two equal numbers, one higher, one lower, one higher, and so on. The moment you fill up the section, you're gonna get the points. So for instance, if I am the first to fill up this section, I'm gonna get 8 points. Every other players have to scratch that off their boards, and then the second one who managed to do that is gonna get 6. There is no third place in these two sections, but there are here and here. Also, there are some special abilities that are unlocked by getting these stars, and I'm gonna explain how you get those. Special abilities are you can fill up 2 spaces with any numbers, so anywhere basically. You can move your ship. Yeah. There is a race with 2 ships here around the lighthouse, so you can move your ship 3 spaces forward. And by the way, these are one-time uses, so you scratch these and get special ability. You can get 2 of these bonus cards. These ones. Actually, no, you can get 2 of these cards. Sorry, get 2 cards from this section. This is the bonus cards you can get from here. They're a bit harder to get because you can see this section here. Each of these bonus cards have a number on it, and what you're trying to do is when you collect the card, you can write the number. You have to go from bottom to top, from lowest to highest number. So for instance, this 3, I might choose to write it maybe here on this space. If I'm hoping I'm gonna get 1. They go from 1 to 8, and there are 2 of each. So you need a straight basically for 12 points, so it's not easy task to do. Also, if you manage to fill in this special ability, you get 1 white die which you're gonna roll with the other dice, but this dice you only be usable by you, because you can place that number anywhere here. You'll see how that works. In here on the board we have these beach cards. At the start of each round, we fill these spaces from bottom to top with these cards. Okay, I need to shuffle this deck, and you can collect these cards together with the dice, and that's how you make your set collections. Your set collection works is the same cards in your set, and at the end of the game, whoever has the most cards in one of these sets gonna combine all the points, and that's how many points he's gonna get. So you can go for that. There are some wilds. They don't give you points, but they can give you like, for instance, if I put a wild here, now it's one of the stars, so that's 3 stars. So you can, you know, take the wilds to build your numbers, because you need numbers if you're gonna score at the end of the game. We also have these bonus tiles which you can get if your ship ends on the space with this little icon. You pick the bonus tiles. It's kind of random. The number goes from 1 to 3. There are lots of 1s, 2s, few 3s, and maybe only 2 6s, but you can go for those points. You can do a race. If you end on one of these spots, that's going to give you 2 stars, you know, to unlocking for the special abilities. These ones gonna give you one of the bonus cards, you know, if you wanna go for the 12 points here. And later on you can like pull two cards, discard one, take the other, or pull two bonus tiles, discard one, take the other. And since the race goes around and you might end up here and the other guy ends behind you, well, when the game ends, you're gonna be the guy who's in first, gonna get 12 points, the second guy get 8, third one get a 6, and so on. Of course, if you manage to make a first circle, which is highly unlikely but could happen, instead of ending here you immediately go here, because yeah, it's gonna be first anyway. Alright, so also we have these colorful dice, 8 of them that I roll each round, and let me show you how the game works. So the setup is quite easy. Shuffle this deck, fill it from bottom to top with the cards, and then the first player who was on the beach, like whoever was on the beach lastly like a few days before others or something like that, gonna roll all these dice. Alright, any 6 you get goes on the top, on the section with the special actions. Everything else go on the color. So blue dice on the blue ribbon, yellow dice on the yellow, and so on. So let me play this quickly. And one here. And then the first player is gonna choose. He's gonna pick all of the dice and the cards. So for instance, I need to watch what I actually want to do. So for instance, I can take these two blues together with this star card. Alright, which means I can right now on the star section in any on the blue spaces. So in this case I have a 5 and 3. I might want to put the, let's see, put 3 here and a 5 here. Alright, so this is lower or equal than 5, so that's fine. And also I get this into my set collection. So when I do that, the card that is on top, everything's on top is gonna slide down. We're gonna get a new card, and the next player is gonna also be able to draft cards and all the dice. So this player might want to go to, let's see, let's say he's gonna go for the special action. So if there are more dice here, he would be able to use these actions more than once. So for instance, if there are 2 dice here, he would either be able to draw 2 cards, basically draw 2 cards, discard one once and then do that again, or get 2 stars, or move his ship 2 spaces. But let's say he wants to move his ship. He just removes the dice, moves his ship. Let's say he's a green, and he gets immediately this bonus, which is 2 stars, and he may want to scratch these 2 because he wants to get the dice. Alright, and then back to me. I could go for the, let's see, I could take just a card if I want to, but usually you want to go for the points. But if I'm building my set and I want a card, but I might want to go for this wild one. So this one allows me to take the red 4 and write it in any section as long as it is red. So in this case and also it's gonna give me wild card, which I can put on anywhere on my set. So I might take this, put this here, and now I can use my red 4 anywhere I want. Well, you know what, I'm gonna put it here. So now I only need a 3 here. Everything slides down. And by the way, I need to scratch these 2. When you play in 2-player game, you only have 6 rounds. Well, each have a 6 rounds. So I'm right now on my first round. I just scratch it and then start rolling and take my actions. So other player It's gonna go for something. Let's see what he wants to do. He may wants to start collecting shells, so he's gonna take these 2 dice and a shell card, and everybody takes 2 things with 2 players. So let's see, that's a shell. He has a green 3 and 4. Well, he can put it here, 3 and 4. That's legal, and he got this into his set. Alright, and everything would be slide down, and that's the end of my round. Then we would take all the dice again. The other player would pick all the dice. He would cross his round here and roll all the dice, and he would be first to pick what kind of dice he wants to use. Alright, 6 goes here. So green, red, 2 blue, and yellow. And let's see. So he might want to go for these 2 yellow. Oops. Get that back. So that was a 3 and a 4. Alright. So he's starting new set collection. He can write in his section with the corals. 3 and a 4 yellow. He might wanna go here. Right. Get a new card here. Let's see. I might want to do this action, and I'm gonna move my ship, get 2 stars. So I might want to scratch these 2. Then the other player could go here. He's basically building this set, so he gets another of these corals. Get the red one in the coral section, so he can put it like maybe here. So he needs one here to finish this off, and everything slides down. Back to me. I might want to go for this 3 for my set collection. This slides down, and that's it. We finished the next round, and again we would go to the next rounds, cross our round selection, pick up our stuff and do the scoring until we finish all the rounds, and then we would score depending what we manage to fill in. So how do you score? Well, first off, we would check who has the most cards of one set. So for instance, if he has the most of the corals, he would score all the cards, so this will be 4 points for him. And if this is my pile, I would score 5 points. Wild ones doesn't give you anything, they just give you numbers in the pile where you put them on. So you want to get the wilds if you see like someone has a pile that is equal to yours, so you have to build your piles to get points score on the end. Then you score everything on this little writing sheet. You also score depending where you are on this track. So for instance, right now no one is the first, because let's say the green was in front of me, he would get the 12 points and I would get 8. So but we are on the same space, so we would just split the 12 points equally, so that would be 6 points for each. This is also a tiebreaker for number of cards, so who is on front, his set's gonna score. And that's basically that. You get points from your sets, you get points from your board, and you get points on the racing track. Game is for 2 to 4 players. With more players you have more rounds. uh, and eventually it goes fast, you know, when you know what you're doing and when you know what kind of sets you need. uh, that's basically the game. It's pretty simple, nothing too complicated. You just fill in your stuff and get the points. In any case, thanks for watching, and I'll probably post the rulebook really soon, and we'll see where the game's gonna go from there.